Well, what do you know? We are, I am. I say we, and do you know why I say we? There's no such thing as the individual. I can speak from my experience, but in this process of this sharing of this element, it is we. We're the collective. We are human beings living on the planet, and the only way you can really experience life is through relationship. So I speak of the we rather than the me in these moments because I speak from a place of inclusivity. Okay, that was my little explanation. So here I am, and I am feeling probably a similar fluctuation to life that everybody else is feeling. We have the beauty of spring at our fingertips and probably making your eyes burn and your nose sniff. Hello, Hope. I'm happy that you are here on this lovely day. I know sometimes my post can seem so dramatic. Like, who wants to come to a practice where the practice is called closure? However, if you've followed anything that I've been writing or sharing, then you know that that is the energetic signature for this week. And how can we have closure when there's fire in air? Well, it's really the sacred grounds of transformation. They are powerful elements. They all are. They are all happening at the same time, but there is a lot of fire. There's a lot of air. There's hardly any water. And there's a tad bit of earth, but that earth will be with us for the next really 5 years, and then we'll go through another big shift. So I do want to share, because on some level, this Mindfully You group and page where I'm creating content is kind of like a collective journal of these energetic signatures. And one of the people that I listen to every week and have taken courses of hers and really inspired is Anne Ortley. And she was sharing how, she's been doing astrology, she's a professional astrologer who's been doing this for 20 years, okay? And she declared 20 years ago she was going to be an astrologer. So here I am declaring this shift into really helping people live from their soul by looking into the archetypes of the zodiac and that evolutionary journey that shows up. Hello, Pat. I am so glad you're here. And I'm also so glad you emailed. You guys, anytime we're uncertain or did that work or what's going on, it's just really good to communicate and clarify. So what Anne is saying is that she was saying in 5 years or 13 years, maybe even 36 years, we're going to be saying, what were you doing at the end of March, the beginning of April of 2021? So this is what we're doing. We're actually in this process of closure of cycles that have gone before, so that we can really breathe in the renewal, the new beginnings, the new transitions, and the new ways of being. So yoga has survived all these things. Yoga's been around for a long time, but when we say yoga is 3,000 years old, it ain't this, right? It is definitely not yoga via Facebook Live or replays on YouTube or just online in any which way. However, the practice of going inward and knowing yourself and allowing the attachment to the ego's agenda and reconnecting to the divine, to the sacred, to the source of all things, so that we can unify and bring together that is everlasting, right? It's eternal. That's what's 3,000 years old. So Closure, the reason why we talk about closure is it's a very major concept, and the energetic signature right now, really until this new moon on Sunday in Aries, and there's just like so much happening in the skies that we get to be alive for. And there's so much happening right here on planet Earth that we get to be alive for. So if we can consciously create closure, breathing in, feeling the end of the exhale, discovering that the path that we thought, right? Hello, Kate. So excited for you to be here. You've been on my mind too. So the path that we thought we were taking, the trajectory we were on, collectively, everybody's going, So it's really like, we've been handed this sweet invitation from the heavens, from the cosmos, from our guides, from Source, God, however you want to say it. Saying, please be present to that which is dissolving. Anchor into your future, right? I said to my niece yesterday, who's graduating college, at a really powerful time, we totally reframed the way she was doing things. By the way, if anybody needs a creative marketing director, the person who's really good with putting together the MailChimp newsletter and the social media posts and even writing copy, she is your girl. And she didn't even know there was this whole world of online entrepreneurs who need support with those details. But what I told her, I said, this is like one of the sweetest times of your life, right? The last year of college, that traditional, and you're in this place of innocence, leaping into newness. Be present to the sweetness of this closure. And she thought I was crazy, but I'm used to that. But honestly, cosmically, in real tangible terms, good morning, Diane. It is a super sunny day, and I am full of that light. Because that renewal of spring, that enthusiasm is here, and the sweetness of this week, okay? This is kind of my debriefing of the energetic signature for just this week. And then we're going to move with a conscious connection to breathing into the closure. And it's not like grief is a different conversation. This is conscious closure. This is like having your exit plan as part of your business plan. That, do you want that thing that you're creating to one day sell and hand over? Well, it's always going to be a part of you. So our journey thus far is always a part. And this week, all the closing aspects, as the moon wanes, as it dissolves, as we're in this final quarter of this particular moment, because part of what I'm putting together is the structure to living seasonally, is this place of sweetness, of little kisses, little smooches from the heavens, of saying, hey, I'm with you. We're going to do this. And if we can really say, wow, man, it was so amazing. My sweet niece using that story of I said, I would encourage you to hang around with a different group of people who are looking at it differently, to say, wow, man, college was amazing. And I know we have all this ahead of me. And I said, hey, look, I can still remember that moment crystal clear. And granted, I lived in Charleston. Granted, I could just, dive into the film industry and cocktail waitress and figure it out, and then move to California, move to New Zealand. But I'll tell you right now, having that experience in life is why I could be so present with my children, even when the contractions were really intense, even when the darkness this year has been almost devouring. I can give closure to this past 20-year cycle and really wake up to the next one. So let's do it. What do you say? We are going to start standing. We are in the humanitarian energy of breathing in life, to the individuality of our essence, but that essence is not individual. We just have to go inward and honor and have boundaries for our experience of our own souls, so that when we open our eyes, we can give back. And we can give back authentically. So the closure is also how we begin. So we're going to start standing and just closing off my little ramp in this energy of the energetic signature to now embodying it, to feeling it. So we're going to start standing. And here we go. I wish I had music. I feel like music, but I don't. And as we stand, so just feel this transition right here. Just a simple moment. I was up close, now I'm far. You're on your mat, probably, oh good, she's done talking. Find your 2 feet. And as you find your feet on the ground, feel just like you're gonna say goodbye to all the turmoil or confusion or the delight you woke up with. Bring the hands together or resting on your heart. Allow your eyes to close, so we're saying goodbye to all the world that we see and we're going inward. Drop into your own heart. Breathe on the horizontal. So breathe towards your right side and your left side. Feel the widening of your own inner experience. And 5 breaths. As always, you do you. You are in charge of the choices you make, but here's good news. When you go inward and you practice and you connect in this way, not just for the physical, but the mental and the spiritual and the emotional and the soulful, then you can be more confident and clear in the choices you're going to make. So honor and appreciate as you're breathing. Today is all about the energy of the heart. We have the lower chamber. So now you've connected to the horizontal plane. I want you to connect to the lower chamber of the heart, to that fire, and the upper chamber of the air. Of how can you speak your essence into the world? How can you bring the deep inner workings outward and share with pure energy, with pure heart? Connect to your own intention. Dissolving the busyness of the day and saying hello and greeting, namaha, namastasye, to the light within your own heart. Let your head sway from side to side. Feel your core engaging. Feel the pubic bone and the tailbone moving downward. Bend the knees. And just feel that ripple hinge the hips, fold all the way forward. As you open your eyes, if they were closed, look to the earth. Feel the ground, which is always there for you. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg goes back. Strong legs, twist. Arm sweeps up. Now feel the horizontal here. It's pointing towards the ground, up towards the sky. Draw into the core, find length. Full breath in, and then exhale the hand to the earth, step it forward, and bow. Inhale. So when we're at the closing cycle, exhale, bow down, and we're living, kind of giving structure to the seasons. Step the right foot back, lean. So you have this horizontal plane, connect, twist, stretch the arm up. Feel how you're engaging. Honor where you're feeling resistance. That it's the time to psychologically integrate. So that's where closure is really important. Because it's where we take what we've learned, how we grow, what's serving, what's not serving. Honor all that we've appreciated so we can really be of service from the inner peace. Hand comes to the earth. Step it forward, exhale, bow. Inhale, find length, pull into the belly, exhale, fold forward, knees bend, elbows come to the thighs. And here's the deal. All of my old yoga clothes are too small. I really just need to have a fire and burn them and surrender. Draw into the belly. You're in fierce pose, Utkatasana. Right? It's a beautiful weekend to have a fire as long as it's not too windy. To really release. Sometime between now and Sunday, I'm recording this live, so today is April 6th, maybe? I don't know. That you can start to sign off on what it is that's holding you back, that you're really ready to release. So here you are in fierce pose. You might be ready to release this here, okay? Hug the outer hips, draw into the belly. Now, before we leave, I want you to honor the strength that you're building in your legs, how you're resetting your pelvis. You're connecting more to the energy of the earth. You feel the fire stoking in the heart, and you're going to anchor it down. So as you inhale, you're really clear. As you rise up standing, arms go wide. Turn them up towards the sky. Full breath in and a full breath out. Another full inhale in. And just feel all that you're waking up to. And a full breath out. Standing and receiving and allowing. Inhale the arms up overhead. As you exhale, hinge the hips all the way to the earth. Inhale, find length. And as you exhale, step back, downward dog, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread through your fingers, draw into the core, and find that strength and that connection. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. And then exhale, knees bend, downward dog. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, our hips go up. As we exhale, we're going to bend our elbows. I know, it's kind of like a pike push-up. Elbows bend out to the side. We're dipping into the heart. Straighten the arms, and then exhale, bend the knees. And then inhale, come forward into plank. You guys are going to be happy when this one's over. Pull back, downward dog. Big inhale in. Spread through the fingers, keep the weight to the inner edges of the hands, undersides of the arms are lifted, core is engaged. So you're going to exhale, you're going to, inhale plank, and then exhale back downward dog. And now you're going to do this little dip. Your elbows bend out to the side. Dip the heart. Inhale, arms straighten. Exhale, knees bend. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale out. Inhale, plank. Exhale, pull back. Downward dog. So this is the last time you have to do it. Bend your elbows, pike. Draw in. And then exhale, knees bend. Inhale, straighten the legs. Come forward, plank. And exhale, knees high or low. All the way down to the earth. Once you come to the earth, hands reach back. Okay, find your fingertips, shoulders drawn to the back. We're going to do those yoga angels. So you're face down. Inhale, lift through the inner arms, inner legs. Lift it to the belly. Inhale, arms and legs go wide. Exhale, draw back into the center. So feel that horizontal plane. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, draw in. Now, as you inhale, go wide, we're only doing 3. 3 is our number today. As you exhale, draw in, honor this moment, appreciate. Notice how each time we've repeated, we've gained something new, and now we're ready for a brand new beginning. Hands come under the shoulders, feet ground down, inhale, rise up, cobra, and then exhale, bow down, cobra push-ups. Inhale, legs lift, and then exhale, feet ground, draw into the core, inhale, rise up. Draw into the belly, exhale, bow down. Inhale, legs lift. Exhale, bow, draw into the core. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, curl the heart up. So 3 is it. So now we're going to leave cobra. Breathe into it. And then draw into your core. Toes tucked, downward dog. Deep, full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist. You can either feel that royalness, that connection to your heart. Legs are grounded, hug the ribs in, expand the heart, open up. Hands come by your side, and then hug the arms together. Right, so you're holding the energy behind you. You're really giving an embrace to not only what's supporting you, but all that you've walked through, the journey thus far, and you're allowing that to fuel where you are headed. Full breath in, full breath out. Now, maybe you've fallen over this whole time, or maybe you feel strong and steady. Feel the dissolve of this moment. Exhale the hands to the earth. Back knee lifts. Pull in. Downward dog. Right knee's bent. Lift the leg up. Open the hip to the sky. And then inhale, square it off. Step the foot through to a lunge. Shorten the stance. Ground the heel. Warrior one. Lunge in. Come up halfway. Square the hips off. Feel the lift. Hug in. Lunge in. Lift into the belly. Shoulders are drawing into the back. So I want you to feel these ribs hugging in. Arms are sweeping back. Shoulders are drawing in. Hold that energy. Right? Feels like a weight on your back. Right? Especially if you have a strong moon and Pluto aspect, you hold that energy of others all the time. As you lunge, draw in, lift. And so it's not so much that we're letting go of our care or our compassion for one another, but what we're doing is realizing we have to care for ourselves first and foremost, so that it's not so much about being narcissistic, but it's about caring for our soul so we can give back to the collective. Inhale, arms go wide, sweep them up overhead. Right? So it's very similar to when we were standing. Feel that strength, breathe into it, open the heart, but stay grounded in your truth. Big inhale in. Now, as you're gazing up and the fingers are extended, carry that energy with you, because even though we're saying goodbye, there's closure to warrior one. There's a brand new beginning. Wiggle that left foot back, hands ground down, right leg's gonna go up. This time you're gonna feel that bending of the left knee. Right knee comes into your heart, draw into the core, bend the left knee, inhale the leg up. Exhale, draw it. Inhale, sweep it up. And then exhale, draw it in, step it through, shift the weight forward, back leg comes parallel. Now, honor yourself. I should have done my other leg first. Honor yourself. We're going to come into warrior three from here. So pull into the center, lift through the inner thigh, draw into the core, use whatever's there to help you out, and then sweep the arms back. So you're holding this energy so you can fly. Connect to that horizontal plane and orient from within. 3 breaths here. And with that third exhale, slowly dissolve. Maybe you fall, it's okay. And then step it back, downward dog. Right leg rises again. Bend the knee, open the hip up. And then inhale, square it off. Both feet to the ground. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Exhale, pull back, downward dog. Bend the elbows, dip the heart. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hips lift up. You don't have to do it 3 times unless you want to. Come forward into plank. Knees high or low. All the way down to the earth. Hands sweep back. 3 yoga angels. Inhale, arms go wide. Exhale, draw in. So you're not moving from the periphery, by the way. You're moving from that core strength. We are enhancing that inner horizon that we can navigate from by knowing ourselves. Inhale wide, exhale, come back to the center. Clear closure. That part's done. Hands to the earth, feet ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the legs. So cobra push-ups, legs ground down, inhale, opening, exhale, bow, inhale, legs lift, exhale, anchor, inhale, curl the heart. Can't remember if that's 3 or not. Exhale, bow, inhale, legs lift. This is the third one here. Anchor the legs, feel more grounded. Inhale, 3 breaths here. And it's not just about 3, it's about the creation, the sustenance, and the dissolution. Inhale, rise up. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Feel the power you're cultivating inside, not to dominate, but dissolve and connect more to what truly matters. Inhale, and honestly, your health and vitality matter, right? So let's just keep it on a physical level. Your health and vitality level, it matter. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your wrist, pigeon. Be strong through the legs. Hug the energy of the legs together. Draw in. Feel the lift into the core. I'm still nursing this whole misalignment in my left hip. Draw into the core. Keep the connection downward through the energy of the legs, outward and upward. So feel the energy lifting up as well. Hands sweep back so that your fingers are little drops of nectar. Hug in, draw in. We're really making the space for that revelatory power. 3 breaths. And isn't it interesting? We've been here before, but it's different because we're coming from a new perception. So release, dissolve, consciously, hands ground down, back knee lifts, knee lifts up. You're gonna lift the leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then as you exhale, knee comes into your heart, lift into the core. And then bend the right leg, left leg lifts. So both knees are bent. Pull in. And then lift up. Draw in. And then lift. And so now it's going bye-bye. Step the foot through. Warrior 1. Ground the feet into the earth. So strong. Right? Feel that power. Stay connected because you're anchoring, right, the ashes into the earth to really rebuild. Arms reach by your sides, shoulders drawn to the back. Inhale, rising. Feeling that lift and that connection from the energy of the heart through the connection to the core to that inner energy of you, your experience, your life. You hold authority. And then from that authority, though, we surrender, inhale the arms up overhead, and we offer it up. We're in service. We're connecting to a grander expression. And then we feel that heroic energy, and we offer it back down for it to dissolve. Conscious connection. Wiggle the right foot back. Left leg lifts, knee bends, hip opens to the sky. Yes, I clearly forgot the order, but it's all good, right? And then exhale, step the foot through to a lunge. So you need to check in, draw into the belly, shift the weight forward, right? Be aware of your environment. Are you gonna crash out the window? Do you need extra support? What's going on in the periphery, right? Take in, like just, if you can start to learn how to scan 360 degrees around you, it'll be very powerful, okay? Draw into the center, so here we go. You're gonna lengthen the spine, you gotta pull into the core, outer left hip is wrapping in, hands sweep up, draw in, warrior 3.
Stay connected to that strength. Shoulders drawing into the back. Taking action in a way that renews the sacred. And so honoring the sacred, the ritual includes celebrating the last, the end. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Oh yeah, so happy that's over. Lift the leg, bend the knee, open the hip. I have no idea what I left out, but here we go. And then bring the foot to the earth. Inhale, plank. So this is the third time we've moved in this cycle. Exhale back, downward dog. So just the elbows are bending, the elbows are going wide, shoulders are drawing. Dip the heart. Arms go strong, knees bend. Get the connection from the heart up through the spine, through the legs. Inhale, straighten the legs. Come forward into a plank. It's the last time you have to do that flow. And just watch, be present, be the witness to all that shifting. Sometimes we're happy when things end. A lot of times we're pretty brokenhearted. Shoulders drawn to the back. Inhale, lift up off the earth. Go wide. Feel the connection. Legs are wide, hands are wide. Hug back into you. Make that connection into you. Don't lose the energy within as you expand outward. Draw all the way back in. Third time. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, draw in. Feet anchor, hands ground. Inhale, Bhujangasana. So hopefully in this final cycle of this flow, that you can feel a clear integration of the steady strength within yourself. Right? Last time lifting the heart bows. Inhale, lift the legs. Legs anchor, inhale, Bhujangasana. You can also do upward dog, Upavishta Konasana if you want. But 3 breaths. Feeling the strength, the connection, the fierceness, the warmth, the potentiality, the vitality, but also knowing when it's enough. Lift into the core, tuck the toes, move it back, downward dog. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Walk your feet forward, step by step, coming forward, beginning again. So that portion of the practice is over. We're not going to come back to it. But we're going to have little hints of that journey so far. A, because it's preparing us, and B, it's going to help us process the dissolve. Find your feet. Notice if the tension in your legs has dissolved. Maybe you have more tension in your hands. Honor, connect, breathe into it. And then your knees are going to bend. Draw into the core. Elbows come to your thighs. So here we are, number 2. Find the strong connection. Draw into that strength. Pull into the belly. Shoulders drawn to the back. Hands sweep back behind you. Shoulders are drawing in. Feel that length. And as you get the lift through the core, you're going to take the weight into the right foot. Stretch long. Fortunately, it's warrior 3 here. Right. Draw into the center. Bend the right knee. Draw the outer right hip back. So you're really mindful of that attachment. Left hand comes down. Stay connected to the core. Pull in. Find length. Find that horizon. The 360 degrees. And then exhale, you're going to bend. You're curtsying all the way down. Left knee comes down by the right foot. Lean over into your left hip. Then you have to slowly rock. Connection to the horizon. Over to the right. Right hip comes down. Inhale, the left arm lifts. I really don't know that my shoulders can do what I want to do, but I'm going to offer it up, okay? And in that doing, you can also just enjoy a twist, which is and all truth where I prefer to be, but I want to go there. So, and the reason why I'm giving the inside narration is because there was a time in my life where this next moment was inaccessible. And then there was a time in my life that it was just my normal. And it's not so much now that it's not my normal, but it's that I have evolved. And so I'm okay with letting it go. All right, so that's the inner narration. So you're going to shift the weight forward. Okay, part of it is my hip, my shoulders. I'm just getting old. Now, as you lift the hips up, that in of itself is such, right? The dissolve of your butt being on the ground. Draw in. The left elbow's on the right knee. Hands come down. They go wide. You know, a lot of people do it resting on the hip. I'm not a fan of that. You push into the earth. And what we're doing is we're fueling the tank of the heart. And I'm probably off camera, but fueling the tank of the heart. Elbows bend. Shift the weight. Pull in. And if the legs extend out, great. Mine will not. Until you draw in. I'm celebrating that I got that far. And then you sit back. If Ekapada Kudanasana is yours, it's yours. Enjoy it. Breathe with it. Dance with it. Celebrate it. And then join the rest of us here. Once the hips ground down, draw into the core. Find length. Bring your left hand to your right shoulder. Or to your heart, or to your chest, wherever it reaches. Elbows on the thigh. Other hand is supporting you. Draw into the core, and then bring your right hand onto your heart, right? 5 breaths here. So we're really anchored into the hips. Make sure you're sweeping the belly to the left, that you're not just letting your ribs go to the right. So you're drawing in. So we have a nice, long, vertical line, but we're also connected to the horizontal. Feel that energy from your own hands resting on one side of your heart. As you inhale, we're going to say goodbye to the twist, right? Releasing the power of the moment of turning back. Bring both hands to your heart. Stack both knees. Feel that lift. Draw into the core. Shoulders draw into the back. Ribs are drawing in. We're anchored in. Hands go wide. Now, we did this standing. Notice what it feels like to be seated, to be more grounded, more connected. 3 breaths. Inhale the arms up overhead. Find that length, full connection. Bend the left elbow, reach the right hand around if it can. I cannot, so I'm going to keep my right hand here. Draw in, find length, and then you can bow forward. You could stay upright. Sorry, I can't move my body those ways anymore. Arms go wide and bow. And breathe. If we took our practice and we just looked at the individual moments, it would be quite the story. If we looked at each pose and we placed ourselves in a special way, which is what vinyasa is, then what we can do is we can actually dance through the storyline with much more grace because, right, didn't we all learn? You have the opening paragraph of the body and the concluding paragraph. This is not some, exhale out completely. Say goodbye to that storyline. Whatever conversation is in your head, find appreciation for the opportunity to move inward and connect, and then release. So this beginning, middle, of the end is a very common theme. You're going to take your right leg over, so this little cheerleader pose moment. Draw up through the sides of the body. I gotta rearrange because I don't want to knock over Lotus Man. So if you can, have that left thigh more towards the short edge of your mat. If you have to move, so what? Draw into the belly. It's like a little edit. Draw into the belly. Now, you can just fold over your left knee. But what I'd like to see us do is a little grander twist is you rotate over and come down here. So have you noticed we're getting a lot into this spot again? Ribcage, hip points, bottom of the heart, and opening up the heart, while strengthening the periphery to help contain the energy of our essence. You have choices here. Whatever you're doing, breathe. Breathe deeply. As you exhale, exhale out completely. You're going to inhale and come up wherever you are. Left leg is going to stretch out. Actually, right leg's going to stretch out. Let's keep our left knee bent. Push into the right foot. So you can bend the knee, pull into the core. You're going to come up. Now you can totally stay here, right, in this little variation. Or you can stretch the left leg again on the horizon. Pull into the center, shoulders into the back, arms sweeps to the sky. Deep, full breath in. And a full breath out. Draw into the core, downward dog. Left leg goes to the sky. Bend the knee. If you want to flip this all the way over into wild thing, go for it. This is my wild thing. I'm going to go more of a diva expression. And then we're going to flip it all the way back. Draw into the belly. Left hand comes to the earth, left leg lifts, full breath in, exhale, step the foot through to a lunge, knee to the earth, draw into the core, simple twist in the opposite direction, rise up, hands to the earth. So that whole little flow, made up of so many parts, is over. Step it forward, exhale, bow. And so we begin again only because there's a clear ending. Our minds, though, if yours is like mine at all, is always leaping into the future. Bend the knees. And so the practice is pulling back into the present, not staying there, because time is fluid. And we can actually find that it's all happening at once, right? So fierce pose, breathe. Last time you have to do fierce pose. Pull into the core at this particular moment, right? Pull into the core, hug the hips, hands sweep back, draw in, weight on the left foot, right leg lifts. You're extending forward, ribs are drawing in, full into the back body, hands are sweeping back, feel that connection, way easier, right? Notice the appreciation of coming from here, and then the right hand comes to the earth, bend the left knee as much as you need to, back leg internally rotates. Help with the external rotation of the left leg. Draw into the core and then twist. Keep breathing and coming alive. And in that lively energy, know that this revolved half moon pose is dissolving. And so dissolve with it. Feel the clear, conscious ability to come to closure. Now, I know it's confusing. There's a little blurry moment. So you internally connect to the experience of you in relationship to all of this. So here we are, seated. I'm going to go ahead and shift somehow. I'm going to turn to the back. Somehow I'm going to take out things. You got to come all the way over, rearrange the furniture if need be. And once you come all the way seated, right, check in. And as you check in, draw into the core. Finally, maybe you're just in this beauty of a twist. And you're breathing into the depth, that's accessible for you. Perhaps, there's no way I can do this side. Perhaps you shift and you go into Ekapada Kundanyasana. So your right elbow comes into your left knee. You lean forward. Your hips sweep back and come up off the ground. And then pull in. Don't try to stretch the legs first. Get the connection as your butt comes off the earth and then extend the legs out. But my hip says not a chance in the world. So and as you breathe into it, whatever offering is accessible to you, then you breathe into your own heart, you expand, find the connection through the spine. Right elbow's on your left knee, right hand moves across the chest. And then the left hand rests on top. You find that length, that opening, and the breath. 3 breaths here. And then inhale, come back through the center. Knees are gonna stack. Right, hands are on the heart. And then you find your seat. Knees are stacked. Okay, you find your seat. And in that seat, you anchor down, connect to that inner horizon, arms go wide, shoulders drawn to the back. Find that clear length, the connection to you, the receptivity. And then inhale the arms overhead. You're going to bend the right elbow. Hold on to it with the left. Perhaps the left arm reaches and you can find the fingers. My right arm wouldn't allow for it, so I'm not going to do it. Continue to breathe. You can fold forward from here. And full Gomukhasana, or the hands can come to the earth, and you can bow. Wherever you go, go with the breath. One more breath in. Honor at the top of that inhale. You know what's nice about yoga and this practice? We know the end is coming. Life is not that way at all. So you know the end is coming. Exhale all the way out with gratitude. Inhale, come all the way up. But what we do is we gain practice. Lift the left leg up. You're going to shift it. Yes, I'm being very mindful of my hip. You're going to shift it, draw into the core. Rotate so that right thigh and the short edge of your mat are parallel, and then you twist. Both elbows come to the earth. Breathing in. So what a gift yoga gives us. It gives us the opportunity to connect to practices to clearly close out experiences. Life isn't that way, other than we know the only thing that's certain is that all things come to an end, except for we're eternal, that light, that essence, it continues on. Your legacy is always remembered. Exhale out completely. Draw into the core. Say goodbye to this moment. Inhale, rise up. You're going to slide your right hand under your shoulder. Your left leg stretches out long. Adjust accordingly. You're going to lift up and draw in. So you could totally be here, right? Shoulders are drawing into the back. Or you can lift up, stretch the right leg out, pull in, ribs lift, shoulders are drawing in, and then stretch the arms charge of your choice. And then exhale the hand down, pull it back, downward dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale the knees to the earth. Sit back on your heels if you can, or sit cross-legged. No. Duh. Boop, boop. You flipped it over, right? Right leg. Step the foot forward. I was like, we forgot a twist. My apologies. Sometimes I realize the end is coming and I'm not ready for it to be over. Has that ever happened to you? Again, draw in. And so what I do is I leap into the future and I forget about where I am. Draw in, shoulders to the back. That's the thing about teaching yoga though, you're always ahead of the game. Big breath in, which is a gift. It's also a detriment. Step it forward and fold over. Find your forward bend. Remember that very first one? Find the forward bend that you can honor you. Remember that very first one we did? How much tension there was? Notice how the tension has dissolved. I mean, it's not completely gone because you're human. Inhale, find length. Now heel turn the feet apart. Come all the way into Malasana. 5 breaths if accessible. Otherwise, just come seated. Honor yourself. You can do 5 breaths in Baddha Konasana. You don't have to stay in Malasana. Exhale out completely. Come seated. From your seat, we're going to come into a seat. We're going to do Kapalabhati breath and then Shavasana, okay? So I have to use blocks. In that seat, and if you're just tuning in and you're not sure why I'm moving the way I am, I have inflamed my bursa from just being a householder, just from living life. But it's taking a long time to heal because my mental health requires me to move and not just sit. So find your seat, draw into your core. Hands come where you want them to come. I'm actually going to do a crisscross wrist to feel the connection. And I'm placing my hands on my shoulders because that's part of my healing journey right now. You place your hands where you want. You can do Kapalabhati breath or Ujjayi breath. I know I said Kapalabhati where you encourage the exhale and allow for the inhale. As soon as I sat here and my hands crossed, the moment was crystal clear to stay with Ujjayi breath for me. To stoke that eternal flame of the heart. Ujjayi breath is where you engage the glottis of the throat, the back of the throat. You narrow the passageway. If you do Kapalabhati breath, do 3 rounds of 27. And as you're doing your breathing, connect to the horizontal, the center of the forehead, of the mind, of the heart, and of your essence, your hips, your pelvis. Connect to all 3 or connect to just one. exhale out completely. Inhale in. Feel the sweetness of this moment before we turn to the earth. Allow the head to bow. Let the hands be wherever they are to come together, palms turn up. Open your eyes, looking into the palms of your hands, receiving that light, that grace, that brilliance, the shimmer, the vitality of you, the imprints in the palms of your own two hands. And then we'll come lying all the way down. And as you come all the way to the earth, if you need extra support, find it. Do what it is that's just right for you. And rest. And as you rest into that earth, that soil that allows you to continue to plant the seeds and harvest and also lay to rest. Allow for the healing. This is the magic. This is where the potential resides. We think, we believe that the potential is in our actions, in our efforts, in our achievements. But indeed, it is in this moment where we dissolve, where we recognize and honor that we chose to live, to participate, to co-create. Our potential is when we allow ourselves to be held in our own vitality and the collective energy and the greater good. To be nourished and restored. Just as you are, allow for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel all that's coming to life for you as this moment comes to an end. As you breathe, breathe into the depths of your being. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Feel how alive you are. How settled you are, how clear. Inhale the arms back behind your head. Feel a new relationship to that horizontal and that vertical line. Even though we just focus on the horizontal, walk your feet in. Find both feet on the ground or the bolster. Feel supported. Drinking from the nectar that comes from the moment of dissolve, of restoration, of releasing and surrendering and allowing for conscious closure. And how much renewal comes. Roll over to one side. Stay there for as long as you like. And slowly come up seated. Once you find your seat, sit well. Sit in the comfort of your own essence, your own nature. Breathe into that fullness. Feel how the only time yoga is a bad idea is when you don't show up. I have to quote my friend Marianne, because it's so true. As soon as we show up, when we get to this moment, we sustain the connection to our light. And so in the dance of it all, we begin again, and we begin from a vantage point of clarity, because we know the particulars of what we're working with. And so we honor the light. We salute all that's there for us, and we say hello. But we also say, give closure to this time that we've carved out for ourselves. But truly we say, I will see you soon. So from my heart to all of yours, I will see you soon. Namaste. 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 Namo Namaha. It is a beautiful chant to reclaim the energy of the divine. And so I hope you can reclaim it in your life, and that you'll continue to choose mindfully. And I'm going to come back to you and say goodbye to my mat. And I just appreciate you guys. Thank you, Kate, very much for your kind words. And I appreciate you guys. I am going to dive off because I have an 11 o'clock commitment that I'm late for. And I appreciate each and every one of you and your own unique expression and offering and gesture. And my sweetheart, everything's starting to change. This journey of the past year is been sacred. So thank you guys for showing up so I can continue to be present in what I know I'm here, the wisdom I know I'm supposed to be here for, but I'd never had to do it alone. And each of you mean a lot to me because I haven't had to be by myself. And so however you've danced through here, whether you've been consistent all the time or jump in or jump out, or however you find your way, I just appreciate it. So thank you, Diane and Patricia and Hope and Perry. I know you watch the replays, and Allison, you watch the replays. Anybody else? Denise, I know you're finding great success on YouTube. So you guys, it means a lot to me that you've been consistent in your journey, and however that shows up. So thank you. Ciao.